Welcome back to Life Jewels Podcast with me, HV, the life coach, where we talk about how to awaken, reset, and transform your mindset and habits. That way you can have a more positive, ideal lifestyle. I wrote a book called From the Real You to the Ideal You, $30. Has a free workbook in it if you get it on the digital platform. If you have the physical one, there's no free workbook, unfortunately, but there's a physical book. So if you want that, somewhere on this video, down below in the comments and description, there is a link. Today, I want to talk about this book called The One Thing That Helped Me Transform My Entire Life. This book is beautiful, it's phenomenal, and honestly, just like a dominoes game where you line all the domino pieces up and you knock one over, it knocks everything out. So this teaches you the blueprints for success by literally focusing on the one thing. So I took a couple of notes, 2 pages of notes, and this is old notes. This is a book I read last year. I just never shared this information with you guys, and today I feel like sharing it. So here goes. The first chapter or the first page, it introduced something called a metaphor, a Russian metaphor, a Russian proverb. It said, if you chase two rabbits, literally there's two rabbits, you end up catching none. And I was like, when you focus your mind on two different things, you distract yourself and you deviate your energy. Energy flows where focus goes. You see my focus is here? If I deviate it somewhere else, I can't do it. I can't focus here and then there like a chameleon. That's not happening. You have to focus wherever your mind is, wherever your eyes are directed at. So, if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch none. What's the one thing you can do such by doing it, everything else would be easier or unnecessary? The only way to know this is to know your big one thing, meaning your overall life purpose. And then this will allow you to answer your one thing right now, your small one thing. What am I doing right here, right now, in this moment? Such by doing this would be everything else would be easier or unnecessary. So they talk about find the lead domino, the meaning the first one, the one that you knock it over, and it literally knocks every other domino off. So whack it away until it all falls down. The key is over time. Success is built sequentially, one thing at a time. If I hit the domino over, they don't all fall right here, right now. One knocks over the other one, then 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 knocks over the other one, and eventually, they all fall down. So it's an effect, but it's also a compounding effect. It's not just like a sequential effect, like, oh, this one falls, this one falls. No, they add power, they add momentum to each one. So the one thing sits at the heart of success. It's the starting point for anyone achieving extraordinary results. If you want to be extraordinary, you have to do ordinary things extra amount of time. Literally, every day hit the domino. And it'll literally create an effect, a momentum. It's like a snowball that is falling down a mountain. It's falling slowly but surely. It keeps adding more snow and building itself up until eventually it's an avalanche. So the majority of what you do will come from the majority of what you do will come from the dang. Excuse me, that's better. The majority of what you do will come from the minority of what you do. Ooh, I still said that wrong. Oh my God. The majority of what you want will come from the minority of what you do. So there was this book called The 20-80 Rule, where it says instead of doing 80% of work that produces 20% of results, why not do 20% of the work that produces 80% of the results? This book, The One Thing, is like that book on steroids. It basically says instead of doing 20% of results or 20% of work, focus on the one thing that gives you the absolute best results, the most efficient results. It brings you the closest you can to the goal or objective that you want met. So no matter how many to-dos you have, you can always narrow it down to just one thing. Doing the most important thing is always the most important thing. Doing the most important thing is always the most important thing. What? That's phenomenal. Let's be real here. At the end of the day, there's nothing more important than doing the one thing that's necessary that's going to be a game changer for everything else. And a lot of times it's scary to do that, but just getting it done and getting it out the way will change everything. It'll literally put you in a state of calmness too. And a lot of times we don't want to get things done, but the second we get it done, we feel better. So just get to it. Success is actually a short race. It's a sprint fueled by discipline, just long enough for a habit to kick in and take over. You could become successful with less discipline than you think, for one simple reason. Success is about doing the right thing, not about doing everything right. Success is about doing the right thing, not about doing everything right. They talk about when you're working out and getting the best shape of your life, you don't have to work out all the time as much as you need to eat right. You can never outrun the fork. So you can work out, train as hard as you want to, but if you're overeating constantly and you have too many calories and you literally can't burn it out, you can exhaust it, you can't minimize the output. What happens is you have too much intake, not enough output. So too much intake causes a storing of fat, a storing of energy, and it builds up inside of you. You can't outrun the fork. So this makes sense. You have to do the right things, not everything right. And when you do the right thing, it can liberate you from having to monitor everything. Delegate. All right, so some more quotes. Again, this is page 2. It says, "You make doing what matters most a priority, and your willpower is at its highest." Okay. The more that we have, the more that we use our mind, the less mining power we have. So basically, cut out all the choices you need to do. Mark Zuckerberg said that when he was building his company, he wore the same clothes every day, or like the same colors every day, the same jeans every day. He'll buy the same ones every day, just pick it up the closet, same shirt, almost like a cartoon character that you see. Literally the same outfit every single day. What this did was it eliminated the processing power that he needed to choose an outfit, and it gave him more time and energy to focus on the things that actually mattered. It's a hack that you could utilize in life if you want to. Um, where were we? Okay. So you make doing what matters most a priority, and your willpower is at its highest. The more we use our minds, the less mining power we have. What are your default settings? Remember to take breaks, recharge, fuel up. So do your most important work, your one thing, early, first thing in the morning, before your willpower is drawn down. If you could tell right here, right now, I'm outside. I'm recording this video outside. I wanted to do some other things today. I wanted to get some other things done. But yesterday, I was supposed to produce a video and have it released by 8 p.m. I didn't have that done. So I was mad at myself. So today, I was like, I have to get all this done. I'm gonna do as many videos as I can. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna get this done right here, right now, while I have the energy to do so. So this is my time block for this. I'm not focusing on anything else except for this. A balanced life is a lie. Magic happens at extremes. To achieve extraordinary results, you must choose what matters most and give it your all the time it demands. This requires getting extremely out of balance in relation to all other work issues. When you focus on the one thing that matters, the basics, the thing that's going to produce the results, you literally narrow it down to just one thing. So that's all that's getting done. Everything else is on the back burner. It's like having a main dish that you prepared and you're still working on the sides, still working on appetizers. Ain't got done yet. You're still focused on this. This number one project you have to focus on. All your energy is being diverted to this task. The only action that becomes spring the only actions that become springboards to succeeding big are those informed by big thinking to begin with. Zig Ziglar wrote a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. And basically, in its pretense, it talks about if you want to succeed, you have to imagine big. The problem with most people is they've been conditioned to imagine based off what they've been exposed to. And a lot of us have been exposed to thinking small, feeling small, being small. In order for you to have more, be more, you have to think big, think vast, to think large. In order for you to feel that way, you have to think that way. In order for you to think that way, you have to imagine, not based off what you know, but what you don't know. Okay, so what you build today will either empower or restrict you tomorrow. What you do today is the foundation of what you're going to have tomorrow. They say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. That means you would have a tree by now. The next best time to plant the tree is today, right here, right now, because in 20 years you'll have a tree. So a lot of times people will go, "Oh, I wish I did this 5 years ago and I would have had this by now." Okay, that's the thinking you had. But if you want to transform your life, you have to transform your thinking. So I'm now going to do this today because in 5 years I will have X. You see how you change your thoughts, and it now changed your thinking, and it changed. I mean, it started changing your how you feel. You felt more hopeful. You felt more like, there's a possibility. There's potential for growth. There's potential for change, and now you're gonna take action. Now you're gonna actually do something about it. Now you're not gonna have excuses and just sit in your ass, right? There's gonna be a change. So only living big will let you experience your true life and your work potential. Honestly, I didn't understand that one when I first wrote it down, but I'm gonna tell it to you right now. Only living big will let you experience your true life and work potential. Somebody said one time, they said, it was J. Cole actually. He said, I'm gonna give it all I got. And if it don't work out, then I know it wasn't in my cards, it wasn't in the cards for me. I said, ooh, that's powerful. Let me think about that, right? Let's reflect on it. I'm gonna give it all I got. Let's imagine I have a dream and I don't even try to go after it. I will never know if it was meant for me to begin with. I will never know if I could have succeeded in that realm or not. I will never know because I never tried. So it'll be a failure from the begin with. To begin with, I will never know. I'll never know. The only way I will know if it's meant for me, if I could have succeeded in that, if I would have succeeded in that, if I should have succeeded in that, is if I attempted, right? If I attempted. But here's the thing: the only way you will know for certain if it was for you is if you give it everything you got, everything you have. There was a point in my life where I thought about myself at 80 years old dying, and I said, "Damn, I really would would hate if I repeated this day every day, and the results of my life were nothing. I had no results." And this is what I say I want to have and produce, and this is the results I'm producing right now. If I die today, based on what I'm doing, if I die 80 years from now with the lifestyle I have right now, that's what I was thinking to myself. I will be disappointed with regret because I would not have went after my goals. I would not have ventured after my dreams. I would not have put myself on a limb and take that leap of faith and go after everything I believe in. At least if I fail doing everything I believe in, everything that I thought could have been for me, at least I know for sure, at least I know for certain that I gave it everything I could and it just wasn't meant for me. But I will never know if I only give it 99%. I will never know if I give it 98%. I will never know if I only give it 97 or less percent. I have to give it 110% above and beyond. I got to trust myself 150%. And if it works out, I know it was for me. And if it doesn't work out, I know it wasn't. So only living big will let you experience your true life and work potential. All right, next part, right? So the quality of any answer in your life is directly determined by the quality of the question. You ask better questions, you receive better answers. Instead of just saying, "Oh, what do I want in my life?" or "What is one thing I want to accomplish?" Say, "What is the one thing in my life that if I did this, I would be absolutely fulfilled, and if I die today, I would be okay with it because I've fulfilled myself completely." That right there, that was a very specific question. It'll get you to the answer you actually want. At least it did for me. So how we phrase the questions that we ask ourselves determines the answers that eventually become our life. I don't know if y'all heard that one, but I'm gonna play it again. How we phrase the questions we ask ourselves determines the answers that eventually become our life. So, what's one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Big picture. What's my one thing overall in life? Small focus. What's my one thing right now? This is from the book The One Thing. I believe it's by Gary Keller and another person. I'll have the information for you in the links down below. If you want to grab that book, I'll probably put the Amazon link down below. You can go grab it. Um, Again, I really believe in you transforming your life. But to do this, you have to be focused. You have to be disciplined. And in order for you to be focused and disciplined, you have to have the right operational thinking of where to place your focus and thinking and where to place your action. So know your one thing, your big one thing, the overall life purpose, and it'll help you figure out what to do right here, right now, because it'll be bringing you closer to that big one thing. Thank you for tuning in today. If you like this, comment down below what you liked. If you didn't like this, comment down below what you didn't like. As always, stay blessed, stay beautiful. If you want to have more content like this, subscribe so you don't miss out. All right, peace.